Hello, I'm Father Casperema, SVD of Radio Veritas Asia. Welcome to this special program, The Voice of Asian Bishops. It is an honor and blessing to have with us today the Apostolic Vicar of the Apostolic Vicariate of Taytay, Palawan, Philippines, the Most Reverend Broderick Pabillo. Bishop Pabillo, welcome.
Thank you, Father Casimir, and thank you also for the Radio Veritas Asia for this interview.
Broderick Pabillo was born on March 11, 1955 in Victoria City, Negros Occidental. He studied philosophy at Don Bosco Makati and Canlubang from 1977 to 1979 and completed his Bachelor of Sacred Theology at the University of Santo Tomas from 1979 to 1982. Ordained a priest of the Salesians of Don Bosco by Jaime Cardinal Sin on December 8, 1982, he dedicated his life to pastoral service. On May 4, 2006, Pope Benedict XVI appointed him Auxiliary Bishop of Manila and Titular Bishop of Sitifis. He was consecrated bishop on August 19, 2006 by Gaudencio Cardinal Rosales. Bishop Pabillo served as Apostolic Administrator of Manila from February 10, 2020 to June 24, 2021. Shortly after, on June 29, 2021, he was appointed Vicar Apostolic of Taytay, Palawan, continuing his mission to serve the Church and its people.
You've been serving the Vicariate since 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Can you provide us a general picture of your Vicariate?
So the Apostolic Vicariate of Taytay was established in 2002. So we are just about 22 years old. And this has been taken from the whole of Palawan when it was divided into two vicariates, Puerto Princesa and Taytay. So it covers the northern part of Palawan. And this Apostolic Vicariate is more composed of municipalities and barangays that are from the islands of northern Palawan. And this makes it very challenging in our vicariate just to travel. So because you have to cover many island parishes and island municipalities and also mission stations. We have around 22 parishes and 10 mission stations. The mission stations are almost like parishes, no, but they are not yet declared as parish, no, all over the vicariate. And we have around 42 priests serving us. We have also some religious priests who are taking on some of our parishes. Like we have the Mill Hill priests. We have 2 Jesuits who are taking care of a school in the island of Culion. And we have the Canossian priest. And also recently the Franciscan OFM friars also came to join us. So these are helping us in our work. So as I've said, we have around 500,000, 500,000 Catholics of population. About 82% of them are Catholics, but they are divided into different barangays. And these barangays are separated by long distances and also by the sea. That's why it's difficult to reach them. These 22 parishes and 10 mission stations have around 500 chapels. So each parish, each mission station would have between 10 to 15 barangay chapels. And these are the chapels that the priest would go and visit.
Being new Apostolic Vicariate, but geographically challenging, Bishop, what are the main ministries that are unique or particular to this vicariate, Bishop?
The main ministry that we have now, we have stressed this now for the past 3 years, that we are taking on 3 priorities that are based on the mission vision of the Vicariate that was set up in 2002. And one of them is catechesis. So we have invited the Salesian sisters to come and join us, and they are training our catechists from the different parishes and from the different mission stations. So far, they have trained around 700 catechists. And these catechists will be the ones who will teach in our chapels and in our schools. Right now, we are just opening up to go to the schools because of the COVID pandemic. The second priority that we have is to set up our CRISCA. CRISCA is our version of the BEC. So the BEC, Basic Ecclesial Communities, the CRISCA is the Kristiyanong Kapitbahayanan. They are 15 to 25 families clustered together to live their own faith, to share and to help one another. And another important priority that we have is to promote the spirituality of stewardship. So we have to be a self-sustaining church. That means that we have to be aware that we are just stewards of the gifts given to us by God. And so we have to give our balikhandog. Balikhandog is our offering as stewards, as a sign of thanksgiving, as a sign of participation, and also as a sign of our moving together as a family. And so we have this balikhandog ng panahon. We have to give back our time to God by prayer, by going to Mass, by our religious activities. We have balikhandog ng talento, our talents. So we have to serve the different chapels, the different needs. And then we have to also balikhandog ng yaman, our own wealth, that we have to share also in the work of the Vicariate. So this is part of our spirituality of stewardship that we are promoting.
I believe you also face some challenges within the limited resources. Can you identify some of the challenges you have faced or may face in the future?
We are facing challenges like, for example, the distances. The distances are great. So just to communicate, it's difficult for people to come, for our own ministries, for our own formation. Difficult and expensive, especially if they have to cross the seas. Another challenge that we have is communication. Many of our own parishes or mission stations cannot be connected electronically. There is no signal. In even some places, there is no electricity. So that's another challenge. Another challenge that you are facing is poverty. Many of our people are simple fisher folks or simple fishermen. So they don't have any extra amount, especially when we call for meetings, when they have to travel and they have to spend for traveling. In some instances, they have to travel for 17 hours by boat. 10 hours, 2 hours. For us, by car, if you have a private car, you can cover in 2 hours. But with public transportation, 3 hours or 4 hours. So poverty is a great challenge for our own people.
Having mentioned those 3 big challenges, Bishop, how do you respond them?
So that's why we have to inculcate in them the sense of stewardship, that we have to share in our own mission together. That's why they have to give time for activities, for prayer, for masses. They have to give time. Also, they have to give their own contribution by means of their own talents, their own efforts. And it's good here among the poor that there is still this sense of bayanihan. That means the sense of helping one another. So whenever we call for work, no, they come and they give the free service. And also, we have to inculcate the sense of sharing in the material goods that they have. Yes, the people are poor, but if everybody contributes something, no, we can fill up the needs. No, if everybody contributes something. So we have to feel that need, but we can contribute if we feel that we are loved, if we feel that we can trust God, no, if we feel that it is good that we are able to share.
You are very few among those who are outspokenness on the social issues in the Philippines from the perspective of the church. My question is that how do you see to balance your role as a spiritual leader, but also at the same time you have to involve in those social work?
For me, I believe that the social issues is part of the mission of the church because of the incarnation. No, God became man and part of our human reality. So we have also the work of redemption in a human reality that we have. So we cannot keep silent now when there are abuses about the human social realities that we find. Now here in Palawan, one of the things that we have to take care of is our nature, the ecology. Palawan is known now because of tourism. Many tourists come to us, especially in northern Palawan. We have such names as El Nido, Port Barton, Coron, and many other places. They're all in northern Palawan. So somehow people come because of the beautiful nature that we have, which we have to take care. No, and here we have to speak against logging. No, we have to speak against mining. Fortunately, mining has not yet entered northern Palawan. But little by little, there are attempts also to mine our own islands. And this will destroy the beauty that God has given us. So to make people aware, to take care, and that's part of the social issues that we have to be engaged in. Another social issue, naturally, is poverty. And people are poor because the services that are proper to them are not given to them. It's because of political families. And here, we have a lot of political dynasties, even in northern Palawan. And this is an abuse of the services that are supposed to be given to the people, which were being kept by the families among themselves. We have politicians who acquire land and get land at a small price by either making the people afraid, and or taking them away from the people, or deceiving them. So that's why they are kept in poverty.
So if I ask, what are particular social issues that very, very close to your heart?
For me, it's really ecology. Ecology, take care of nature. And we are feeling it now, because of El Nino. Right. And many of our own people would just depend on the streams, on the wells that we have if there are no rains. But if we destroy this, because of mining, because of logging, because we cut down the trees, now what will be our future?
Yes. Still in line with that social issues, Bishop, I believe you are aware, familiar with triple dialogue principles, FABC, dialogue with culture, dialogue with poor, and dialogue with other religions. Having the fact that Palawan is very diverse society, culturally speaking. Which of these three dialogues that really apply to you context?
I think we have no problem with the dialogue of culture as of now. Now, Palawan is a melting pot. of different Filipino groups.
Mm.
So we have our own native groups here, the Katutubo. And then we are many people coming from the Visayas, coming from Northern Luzon, who have settled here. And somehow they are able to settle down quietly together. They speak different languages, but they're able to understand one another. They bring their own specific religiosity, in the prayers, but they are able to join. So there's no problem culturally. Now, there will be a little bit of a problem with the onrush of the tourists. We know that there are also negative aspects of tourism, like the morality of the people, HIV and AIDS, human trafficking. So we are making the people aware of this so that they can be vigilant when this comes in. Dialogue with the poor. So we are trying to help the poor, especially in organizing organic farming. There are no big plantations here. No, people, they just depend on their small farms. But then they still are using a lot of materials that they buy commercially, which are not good. And at the same time, they are being drawn into debt because of this. So we're trying to organize and to train people on organic farming, more healthy way of living and cultivating their own lands. And so for the poor and the people, we try to address the needs of the poor. As of now, people manage, except when calamities come. Like when 2 years ago, Typhoon Odette hit us. So it's hard for the people to recover because they don't have any extra income for that. One thing that is very much lacking here are the health services. Our hospitals are not up to par. And for many people with serious conditions, they have to go to Puerto Princesa, which is quite far, 3 hours, 4 hours from here.
Let us move now to talk about yourself, your vocation as a priest, and of course, as a bishop. You have been a long journey before you became Apostolic Vicar here in Taytay. You're serving since 2006, I believe, Auxiliary Bishop of Manila. Share us your vocation as a priest as well as a bishop in Manila and here.
I started as a Salesian priest. I was trained by the Salesians, and I spent about 23 years as a Salesian, serving mostly in formation. I was asked to study the scriptures, so I taught in the seminaries, and I was in the formation house for more than 12 years. Until I felt that I need to have exposure among the poor. So I asked my superiors to allow me to go to a poor place. And when I was allowed, I wrote to different poor dioceses to allow me to serve in their diocese. And the one that responded was Palawan, Apostolic Vicariate of Taytay. So I came to Palawan. And he was given a parish that has been newly opened without electricity, without flowing water, without a convent, just to start from scratch. So I stayed in that parish for 7 years. And then afterwards, I was called to be Auxiliary Bishop of Manila in 2006. And I stayed in Manila for 15 years. As Auxiliary Bishop, helping first Bishop Rosales, then Bishop Tagle. And then I was made Apostolic Administrator of the Archdiocese when there was when Bishop Cardinal Tagle was asked to go to Rome. So I stayed as 2 years Apostolic Administrator. And then I was assigned here in 2021 as Apostolic Vicar of the Vicariate of Taytay. So that has been my ether during these years until I have come here.
Having shared those personal journey, vocations as priests as well as bishops for two different dioceses, would you like to share as your favorite biblical quotation that may always inspire you?
I have taken as my motto, Fides in Caritate. No, that means to live the faith in love. No, coming from Galatians chapter 5, verse 6. That the faith is to be lived in love. No, it's not to be separated from our commitment, no, to love one another. No, and love means to be able to help people.
Right.
No, live the faith in love.
This is my final question, Bishop. I know many people already know Palawan as one of the tourist destination in the Philippines. But if I may ask you, what would be your message to our audience out there who perhaps still unknown about Palawan, particularly about your vicariate, Apostolic Vicariate?
It's true, because when people hear of Taytay, they immediately think of Taytay Rizal.
Yes.
But they don't think of Taytay Palawan. So we have to put Taytay Palawan in the map. No, in the map. That this is a local church. And being poor, we need a lot of resources. Right now, there are priests who come and volunteer and work here as a missionary, because we are really a mission territory. No, and we need workers. So they come and help us. One thing also that we are promoting now, since I came, is our cathedral. Now, we have, since every local church should have its own main church. But the Vicariate started in 2002 without any cathedral at all. And it's only in 2009 that you're able to get land and have a plan for a big cathedral. And they started building that, but never finished it. So when I came, there was a big structure, but that's it finished. And we want to finish the cathedral so that they'll become so that it will become the center. No, we have a nice place, big place, where they can gather, but we have to finish it. So that's why our effort is how to finish that cathedral. And we cannot do it only with the resources from within Taytay, because the people are poor. That's why we need help from outside to finish the cathedral.
Bishop Pabillo, it has been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for your time and sharing with us your thoughts and reflections, and of course about the whole Apostolic Vicariate. Thank you, Bishop.
Welcome.
I am Father Casmerema Esfede of Radio Veritas Asia. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for more interesting conversations with Asian bishops. Bye for now.